What's up, guys? It's your boy Yoshimitsu Kana coming back at you with another ranking video. That's right, we're gonna be ranking some more stuff. I love it, it's fun, it causes some issues, and people seem to love to get up in arms about it. So obviously, as I have spoken about on this channel before, Final Fantasy is one of my favorite series of all time. So I figured it'd be, time to rank them, I believe this has all of the Final Fantasies on here, I think, except Rebirth, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing it on here. So there's a couple on here that I don't know, but it's okay, we'll get to those. So basically, I've kind of separated this into this specific categories as follows. Literal GOAT, I mean, it's the best of the best, cream of the crop. Incredible, pretty much. If the game is pretty amazing all the way through and left an impact on me, it'll go in that tier. Solid, I enjoyed it quite a bit, but maybe it was overhyped. Decently wonderful, it was okay. Kind of slogged to get through, but it was still a good time. Like, it just had more bad than good. Not a fan, played it, didn't like it, couldn't finish it, whatever, and then I have not played. Obviously, that one's pretty self-explanatory. So let's just go ahead and kind of jump right into it with Final Fantasy 1. I'm gonna put that in not played. That's right, I have not played Final Fantasy 1 yet. I know the Pixel remasters came out and it's kind of just been on my to-do list. The premise is kind of basic, and I've just been kind of putting it off just because I don't really like the basicness of it. So just kind of hanging in there. Not really looking forward to playing that at any point. But I will play it eventually. Obviously, it is the first one. So the next one we're gonna go is 2. Might as well just put that here as well. This one I've also held off on just because it's very decisive or divisive, whatever you want to call it, based on the leveling up system. So kind of not sure if I want to play it. I might play it at some point just because it's part of history, but I'm just not, not really feeling it. So I'll play it eventually. I mean, it has to, it's part of history. Next, we're gonna do Final Fantasy 3. Now, this one I have played. At least I didn't play the original. I played the DS version. Now, I know the numbering system with Final Fantasy is completely screwed, so I'm just kind of going off memory here, but the DS one, I remember I enjoyed it quite a bit. Was it mind-blowing? No. Was it hard? Yes. We're gonna put that in the decently wonderful category. I just think it's I don't think it's really talked about enough. I think there was a lot of good things about Final Fantasy 3. It's just a little bare bones in other sort of departments, but it was still a good time, especially when you're just I think I was like in middle school when I was playing it, so it was a real good time there. Next, we're gonna go Final Fantasy 4, or whatever the number is in Japan. I don't know, I'm just going off what the list says. That's the one with Cecil, I think, with the Dragon Knights and stuff. I did enjoy that one quite a bit. I played that on the I guess it's technically this one. So we'll put the original down here because I haven't played the original, but I have played the one for the Game Boy, and that one was pretty fun. I think I got to like the moon or something, and I just kind of stopped playing. I think I got stuck at a boss or something. I don't really remember. So that one is definitely going decently wonderful. I had a really fun time with it, and if I could, I'd play it again. But as it stands right now, I haven't really had a chance to. So then we're gonna go with 5. Again, I could be getting 5 and 4 wrong. I can't remember. I don't even remember anything about 5, so it's just going not played. Next, we are gonna do Final Fantasy 6, which I think is Final Fantasy 3 or something technically. That one's gonna go into solid. So again, just to preface this, I have not finished the game. I've been playing it on stream, and so far it is pretty solid from what I've played. The writing is pretty good. I love the characters, the world, and everything like that. So again, still playing on stream. This may change after I finished it, but right now it's definitely a solid entry. All right, the next is 7. Now, it's really hard to sort of put this somewhere. I'm just gonna kind of go with incredible. Now, I think there's a lot of conversation around it being the literal greatest of all time Final Fantasy. I think there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad when it comes to 7, and some of the parts of 7 just do not hold up as well as people remember. Now, the combat system, the materia system, the world, the characters, the personality, the writing, all that stuff I think really holds up, but the controls and the graphics, I know graphics shouldn't really be a factor in a lot of these, but just in this sense, it's really dated. So it's just gonna go into the incredible category. I love it still. I don't think I ever beat it, but I think I got all the way to the 3rd disc, and my disc corrupted when I was a kid, and I never got around to finishing it. So it's gonna go into the incredible category. Final Fantasy VIII, we're just gonna put this at decently wonderful for right now. I'm also currently playing this one actually on the YouTube channel you're currently watching. So if you want to check out my playthrough, I'm gonna do a full playthrough of that. If you want to check that out, go ahead and watch some of the episodes. I'll get some more up soon. But yeah, so far it's decently wonderful. The combat system is extremely convoluted. Again, I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of it right now, but I hope the more I play it, the more it kind of, really shows why people love it so much. So next we got 9. I'm definitely gonna put this in we'll do the solid category right now. Full disclosure, I have not beat Final Fantasy 9 either. I don't remember what disc I got to. I think it was 2nd disc or something. But I was enjoying what I was doing and what I was playing with it. I just don't think I was in the right headspace to play it. Now I heard this is probably one of the best in the series, so obviously I will 100% get around to it. But as it stands right now, I'm just gonna put it as solid, just because I think that I need to see more before I can put it in the incredible category. Like, I saw a lot of Final Fantasy VII. Like, I've seen most of it. But when it comes to 9, I just need to see a little bit more, and obviously that's more on me than anything. So that's just kind of where I'm gonna put it. Again, I think it has the potential to be a literal GOAT and incredible, but let me play it first, all the way through, and then I'll make that judgment. Next we got X. Final Fantasy X, one of the greatest games of all time. It's my favorite game of all time. I treasure it every day. I replay it once every year. It's literally tattooed on me. I mean, there's nothing else I can say about it that I haven't already, said to death. So that's an unpopular opinion. That's fine, but at the same time, it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's just what it is. Final Fantasy X-2. I'm gonna go with not a fan. There are a couple of highlights with this game. The dress sphere system, the combat system, and the soundtrack. All incredible. Not to say that there wasn't some redeeming quality of it. I just think the sum of its parts was just not fun enough to carry it all the way through. I think there was unfortunately too many lulls in the game. It doesn't keep up the pace that 10 did, and unfortunately, since it's a sequel, it's not gonna live up to the expectations of 10, but at the same time, because it's set in that universe, it's set in that world, it just kind of brought it down with that expectation. Now, if you just throw out that expectation, it might just be a decently wonderful Final Fantasy game, but when it's a sequel to one of my personal favorite games of all time, it's just obviously going to be a letdown. There's no meeting that bar. But the fact that it's set in the same world and it just doesn't raise that, or even match it a little bit, just doesn't really sit well with me. And they destroyed one of my favorite mini games in Blitzball, so it's just going to have to go with not a fan. Again, maybe I might replay it at some point, who knows, but definitely not a fan of that one. Next, we got 12. I got 12 and, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Final Fantasy 11. Never played. It was an MMO around the PS2 time. I was not really a fan of the PS2. I didn't really like it. Or, not the PS2, I'm sorry. I didn't like MMOs at the time, so obviously it's going to go into not play it. I would like to play it again, because it does look interesting, but I don't know if I'm able to or how that works, so whatever. Alright, next we got 12 and 12 Revenant Wings. I think that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm assuming this is the remaster, and that's going to go up into the Incredible. I think Final Fantasy 12 is honestly one of the most underrated Final Fantasies in the series. Yeah, I think it kind of gets a knock because Vaughn is not really a great main character. but everything else shines. I think the combat system's incredible. The world building is awesome. The characters are so interesting, and I love their backstories. I love the world, like Dhalmekia and the Sky Pirates and all that stuff. Plus, it's basically like Star Wars and Final Fantasy, so it's hard not to love that. So I'm gonna put both of them in incredible. I think the remaster obviously is definitely better just because of the quality of life achievements. 12 is still gonna be incredible just because I still loved it, even though I wasn't a fan of the license board system in the original. They definitely made it better in this one. So next we've got 13. I'm gonna be honest, if you would have asked me this maybe 10 years ago, I probably would have put it in not a fan. But since I've been playing it on stream, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think it's incredibly solid. I unfortunately think that this game just came out at the wrong time. With all the hype of 12 and 10 and just the failedness of the MMO, and you know, I just think it came out at the wrong time and it set the wrong expectation. Everybody wanted an open world, but it was linear, and that was when open world games were super popular. I unfortunately think it came out at a bad time, but I do love the cast of characters. I love the upgrading system. I think the combat system, although is not super intuitive, I still think it's a really good time and worth checking out. So definitely gonna go in the solid category. It may even just crack that incredible, but I gotta finish it first before I get there. So next we're gonna go to 13-2. This is definitely one of those ones that I think is incredible. I spent hours playing this. I think it's one of the most underrated Final Fantasies in the franchise, in my opinion. I don't really remember the, you know what? Nah, I can't do it. It's gotta go to solid. I'm sorry. I can't really remember much about it. Other than I remember playing it a lot and enjoying my time with it at the time. I don't have this to revisit either, so I mean, obviously that's taken with a grain of salt. So we're definitely gonna put this down here. It's a solid entry. I just wish I could remember more, but again, I'm just gonna leave it at that because I did enjoy it from what I remember. So Lightning Returns. This is on Have Not Played. This is another one of those ones that I'm very hesitant to play because a lot of people do not like this. I unfortunately, I just really want to see what it's all about, and I've been kind of like tempering my expectations before I go into it. That's why I've kind of been replaying 13 and, you know, playing 13-2 again, just to kind of lead up to it, just to kind of get that full scope of what exactly is going to happen. But you know, it's a little nerve-wracking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna go into the Have Not Played. Final Fantasy 14. That's got to go up into incredible. And then let's just kind of get all of these out the way. A Realm Reborn, incredible. Endwalker, haven't played. Currently playing Heaven's Sword. Shadowbringer, haven't played. And then STB, haven't played. Okay, so the Final Fantasy 14 MMO, fucking awesome. Okay, I love the base game. I did play through all of Realm Reborn. That's actually gonna go down. The base game and the story I thought was really good. It was a little kind of samey, cookie cutter, but that's fine. It was kind of what you wanted in the beginning. A Realm Reborn I just felt was kind of a slog, but it was still a lot of fun with the raids and stuff. So Final Fantasy 14 is one of the better Final Fantasy games. I have all of the expansions. It's kind of a time sink to get through, so I've just kind of been holding off on it, but I will play them eventually. So I have started my journey. I just got to play the rest of them. So 15. Okay, so this one is definitely going to be an unpopular opinion. We are going to put it in the incredible. If a game manages to make me cry, it has to go into this category because it made me feel something. Now, obviously, I think that's a little, I'm putting a lot of weight behind that, but I think to invoke emotion from a piece of art, I think is one of the highest compliments something can do. And personally, if something evokes some sort of emotion, whether it be laughter, tears, anger, anything like that, I think this is deserving to be in the incredible category. Now, obviously, take that for what you will. It's not a traditional Final Fantasy game by any means. Definitely is very, very controversial, especially the back half of the game, which I didn't really mind too much. But I mean, I could also see that it was a little ham-fisted a little bit, and I never got around to playing any of the DLCs, but I've heard those add a lot to the game. So personally, just from the base game, when I played it at launch, that's where it's gonna sit. So again, I'm sorry if that's controversial or not, but you know, that's where I'm gonna go with. So Tactics Advance 2, Tactics Advance, never played those, don't know where to play them. Tactics, haven't played it yet, really looking forward to the remake, cannot wait for it. It's one of those ones that's been in my bucket list forever, so I'm super pumped in playing that. 16, this one's tough. I have a lot of feelings about 16 that I think are very controversial, and I'm gonna have to go with Incredible, and it's close to being a literal GOAT. Now, if the side quests were better and if the pacing was a little bit better, I think it could be a literal GOAT. But I think 16 is just it has so many jaw-dropping moments that you don't get from very many games. Like, it's on a level where I was just blown away by either the music, the characters, the voice acting, the boss fight, the story. Like, the ending is just so incredible, and it's so tragic, but regardless, I have to it's incredible. I know it goes away from the turn-based thing, and I know this is a dead horse that we've been beating for years now, but the main thing that I think is stopping it from being a GOAT is the upgrading system, the pacing, and the side quests. If it fleshed those things out, it could have been a literal GOAT. So Type 0, I was not a fan of this one. I don't know what it was. There was just, like, I tried playing it like several times, and each time I didn't like the fact that I could select any of these many number of characters. It just kind of drove me a little insane. Maybe at the time I couldn't wrap my head around the concept because I was so used to this sort of like streamlined party system of like 10 and 12. So not really a fan. SOP 0, don't even know what that is. Final Fantasy 7 Remake, it's a literal GOAT. I mean, remake or rebirth, whatever you want to call it, it's a literal GOAT. Like, I have a hard time, like, when people tell me that this is not a good game, I truly do not get it, because I think it hits everything that you'd want from a Final Fantasy game, except the fact that it's not turn-based, which, again, I just don't think is that big of a weight when it comes to the series. But it's a literal GOAT. I mean, personally, I think it's the best Final Fantasy game to come out in a very long time, so it's definitely going into that GOAT category. Crisis Core 7, this one was decently wonderful, mainly because I have not finished it. I do want to play it eventually once I play through 7 for the first time, and I know the ending is very, very tragic, so I am kind of looking forward to revisiting Crisis Core after I've experienced 7 for the first time. So World of Final Fantasy, have not played, not really interested in playing it. I don't really like the chibi style Final Fantasy thing. And then Final Fantasy 14 DT as Dawn Trail, again, have not played it. Like I said, I've been working through all those, so that's kind of where we're at with the list. Literal GOATs, we obviously have 10 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake, or Final Fantasy 7 Remake or Rebirth, whatever you want to call it. I kind of lumped them together because they both start with R. And then Incredible, we got 16, 14, 12, the remaster, and 12, the vanilla version. And then we got regular PS1, 7, and then we got 15. And then in the solid category, we got 13, 9, 6, 13, 2, and A Realm Reborn. Decently wonderful, we put Crisis Core 8, 3, and 4, Tactics Advance or something like that, I can't remember. And then in Not a Fan, unfortunately, we got 10, 2, and Type 0, and then obviously have not played quite a few of them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this list. Let me know if you like this type of content, you want to see more of this. What are your favorite Final Fantasies? Do you agree with my list? What would you put in your little GOAT category? As always, guys, please make sure that you have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Take your shirt off, run around outside, whatever it is that you like to do. I just hope you have an amazing day and that you stay safe and do not let this list bother you, because again, I'm just a guy with an opinion of personal experience with the Final Fantasy franchise. So hope you guys have a good night, good day, good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.